Hi everyone, I'm reviewing the PakOne air fryer oven. It comes with a drip tray, one rack, a tool to help pull out the rack or the basket, a couple of mitts for pulling out the trays, a rotisserie basket that in this case I also have the rotisserie spit unit in here, which would be attached to these if you were doing a rotisserie chicken. And it also has a pan that is a 9-inch pan, and the recipe book and user instructions. When I initially got the oven, I was a little bit disappointed because I didn't relate the 4.7 quart description to the actual size. But the interior of this oven is 10.5 by 10.5 by 8 inches high. So it looked to me like it would be a little too small for my family. But as it turns out, it was really wrong. One of the things that I really like about this oven is that a lot of the parts can be stored in the oven and you don't have to have a different storage space. For example, you can put in the drip tray, the basket, fit in the rack underneath, and still put in the basket, which you have to fit into the hole and fit over here. And all of this stores. The only thing you got left that you can't store in the oven is the pan and naturally the gloves, which you wouldn't want to. But the storage space of it is really pretty nice. The menu, if you can see this, I'll try to get it focused here. It shows a option for the rotisserie on or off, the light, which lights the oven. You can have it on without opening the oven. And you have a menu button here. I have to turn it on first, and then you can select your menu. And with the menu button, turn it off. You turn it on and select your menu, whichever you want. And it's got quite a few. But the thing is, you have to, first of all, not pass up the one you want. So if you turn it on, you want, let's say, cake. Okay, so I'm going to press the menu and accidentally pass cake. Well, you can't go back. You got to keep going on through the whole thing and go all the way around and come back to cake in order to do it. Once you press or select any of the menu options, then you can press start and you can use this dial to change the temperature or the time. Okay, where this can be a problem is, say for example, you're doing a casserole, and your casserole has to be cooked at 400 degrees in, say, 25 minutes. Okay, each of these has, if I can show you here, it has a, okay, for example, let's say cake. Okay, go to cake. Okay, goes 320 to 30 minutes. Well, cake, you can go up to, cake can go up to 120 minutes, or 100 minutes, and it'll go up to 400 degrees. So cake is one, but where you can find out what the limitations are is in the user manual. It has what the temperatures are, so you can select one. So if you want something that's a higher temperature, just pick like vegetables. Okay, if you go to vegetables, You can go all the way down to, I don't know if this is visible for you, you can go down to, let's see, 120 degrees. And you can go all the way up to 400 degrees. And your time can go all the way up to 100 minutes. 100 minutes, yes. So you can figure out what you want to do based on what the limitations are of each setting. One of my complaints is it would be nice if I could just say, you know, I wanted to pick a time temperature and not have to select a menu item that has the limitations. Things I like about this though are the light. You can turn it on when it's cooking, you can turn it off. The rotisserie button, you can go on and off on that. You can use the rotisserie on any of the times and temperatures. And it actually, the space isn't that bad. I mean, I've already cooked. For example, I have, I'm going to add to the end of this review a couple of short videos, but I did popcorn in this using 1/3 of a cup of popcorn kernels, and it fully filled the basket, and there were absolutely no kernels left unpopped. I was really shocked. What I did find is that it's a good idea to say if you're doing French fries. Gotta close it. Okay. French fries. Let's go to French fries. Whoops. Okay. Missed it. Go all the way to French fries. Now let's go to popcorn. There we go. We're on popcorn right now. So it's at 430 degrees. I bumped it up to I left it at 430 and bumped up the minutes a little bit. No, I left it at 10 minutes actually. And change the time to 5 minutes for preheat. I preheated it for 5 minutes, went back to popcorn, and set it at the 430 for 10 minutes, and the popcorn was done perfectly. Another thing I tried in here was French fries. So you've got your rotisserie basket, you put the skewer in here and tighten these little screws to go through it, and you put the fries inside the basket. See if I can open this. There you go. You just put them in there. I didn't think it would hold enough for 3 of us, but it did. So I put them in, and when you put the basket in, you've got 2 different ends. One of them has like a square end, and the other end is more rounded. So to put the basket in, and I'm going to turn the light on. To put the basket in, you have to fit the square end there and then put this over. So when you turn this on, then we'll go to French fries, menu item French fries, and you just turn it on, and within a couple of seconds the basket starts turning. So it turns the fries and it gets them all evenly cooked. And all of the fries, surprisingly, were crisp on the outside and very nice and smooth and soft on the inside. Where doing it by other methods, I found that you get some more done than others. You've got crispy ones, you've got soft ones, not quite evenly cooked. This evenly cooks everything. My next test was taking this out and putting in the rack in the middle, and I decided to do Bison New York strip steaks, which I did use the steak setting on here, but I was a little hesitant because bison has to be cooked a little less time, At any rate, I set it for the steak, and I checked the temperature as it went, and the steak came out perfect. It was browned on the outside all around, and it was moist on the inside and a medium rare. So if you like it done a little more, you might want to set up the temperature. Another thing I wanted to point out on here is most of the ovens have bottom and top the rods, as this one has them on the bottom. But this one has a coil on the top with a fan behind it, which really distributes the heat well. Most of the other ovens have the rods on the top, and they're not behind a fan, so you don't get the even distribution of the heat as you would with this one. One other thing I should mention is that when cooking the steaks and the fish fillets that I showed a picture of, I didn't turn either one of them. Because of the heat distribution, both sides got cooked evenly, and the fish fillets, the breaded ones, were just nice and crispy both sides. So I didn't have to worry about turning it. So even though I've still kind of looked around to see if I could find something bigger, which I don't really think I need, this one so far has worked for everything that I wanted. And even as far as the things that I don't like, the things where you have to select a menu and, go through the temperature things, all of the others have that, but they also have the bars at the top. Some have fans, some don't. Some have fans at the back, some don't. So far, I haven't been able to find one that I think I would like better than this one. So actually, I would highly recommend this. This is a small oven that would be great for campers or small kitchens if you don't have a lot of counter space, but yet it's big on cooking abilities. It cooks for a family of 3 with no problem at all. So I would highly recommend this particular oven. And I hope this review was helpful for you, and thank you for watching.